Hi everyone, welcome to class today. My name's Regan and I'll be leading you through our 45-minute total body workout. For this class, I'll be using a mat and 2 dumbbells. Feel free to find any weights in your apartment, use carpet, any other substitutions like that will work great. Once you have your room all set up, a bottle of water, you're ready to go. We're gonna get started with our warm-up right here. Good posture, starting with some shoulder circles to the back. Starting to open up our chest and our back. Let's get one more, then move to the front, same thing. Bringing those shoulders up into the front. For 2 and 1. All right, bringing those hands up, palms facing towards the ceiling. We're starting with some shoulder circles. Gradually getting bigger all the way up to that full rotation. Starting to activate our biceps and triceps. One more here into the front, palms down this time, rotating forward, starting small and working our way up. For 2 and 1. All right, coming down, we're planting one heel, sweeping our hands around that toe overhead and switching to the other side. So pushing your hips back here to get the stretch in the back of our legs. Feeling this one in your hamstrings. Let's get one more each side. And we're coming up, bringing those arms down for a side lunge. So bringing one foot out, bending that knee back to neutral and switch to the other side. Activating our hips here. Starting to wake up our lower body. Let's get 2 more each side. All right, then coming back up to neutral, we're gonna pick up one foot, bringing it into our chest, just holding it for a quick second and replacing. Driving that knee up towards your chest. 2 more each side. Maybe starting to get that heart rate up just a little bit, prepping us for class today. Next move, bringing up one heel to our glute, reaching the other hand up in the air. Hold it for a second and then switch. This time feeling the stretch in the front of our legs, in our quads. One more each side. Then we're coming down onto the floor. So right here, grabbing those mats if we have them, starting by bending over, hands towards the ground. We're gonna walk our hands out into high plank position and then back in towards our feet. Plank inchworms here, starting to put some weight into our arms, activating our core. One more after this one. And then let's bring it back into that plank position. We're gonna bring one knee in, setting that foot down by our hand, reaching up that same side hand, twisting towards the ceiling. So our eyes are following our fingertips, same side hand as our knee that's coming in, getting a good twist through the spine. One more each side here. Feeling this stretch in our hips as well. Awesome work. Let's come up to standing. Finishing out our warm-up here with 20 seconds of jumping jacks. Join me when you're ready. Taking an option to step it out if that's better for us. Awesome. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it down. Great work finishing out that warm-up. We're gonna move straight into our first strength circuit of class today. So in these strength circuits, we're gonna work for 45 seconds and recover and transition for 15 seconds. So a big amount of our time is in the work phase, keeping these movements slow and controlled, working on feeling our contractions. So our first move is an alternating reverse lunge. We're stepping one foot back, then the other, looking for 90 degrees in both the front and the back knee. Getting started in 5 seconds, 45 seconds of work. Grab your weights if you want them. Let's go right here. So taking these pretty slow and controlled. We want to make sure we could maintain this work for much longer than 45 seconds if needed. Awesome. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Using your core to help stabilize yourself as you lunge and stand. Awesome. We are 30 seconds down, 15 to go. Switching to an upper body move next. Awesome. Right here we have 5. In 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Move number 2, hammer curl, lateral raise. So alternating between those two movements for 45 seconds. We're going in 5. Grabbing weights if you have them. Let's go. Right here, we're curling up, lifting out. Taking these movements as slow as needed, like before. If it's gonna be too much, let's move one arm at a time. Keeping a slight bend in our knees, making sure that blood can pass all the way to your toes and back up. 20 seconds to go. Remember that one arm option. In 10. Awesome work. Breathing through it. Coming down onto the mats in 2 and 1. Dropping our weights for this one. Lower body move, alternating between a fire hydrant side kick and a donkey kick. So we're out, then up. Staying on one side, and then we'll switch it over. Let's get going right here. We're bringing it out, up, out, up. Great time to use a band if you have one, but no worries if not. Using our core to help stabilize us. Trying to distribute our weight evenly in our knee that's down and our 2 hands. Coming up on the switch to the other side in 3, 2, and 1. Same thing, other side, going right into it. Moving out, moving up. Side glute, upper glute. For 3, 2, and 1. Back into the upper body on the mat here. Our move is a push-up commando. So we're down, up, elbow, elbow, hand, hand, back into that push-up. Let's go right here. Option to do these on your toes instead of your knees, whatever's gonna challenge you, whatever you can maintain for 45 seconds. Remember to switch which hand is pushing up in that commando. Core is tight here. That's helping us bring our lower body up as we press through our hands. Right here we have 5. In 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Taking a break here. We just finished round 1 of our strength circuit number 1. We're gonna do that same circuit one more time through, exact same moves, same amount of time as well. So grabbing a sip of water here maybe. Starting off with the reverse lunge in about 20 seconds. All right, getting set up for it. Remembering that form in the lunge, we're looking for 90 degrees front knee and back knee. If we're gonna set that back leg down, do it really nice, slightly to not hurt our kneecap. When you're ready, let's go right here. Round 2, core is engaged. Finding a pace that's challenging but not overwhelming. 20 seconds down, 25 to go. Awesome work, breathing through it, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Alternating these upper body and lower body moves to give those muscles a break. We have 4 seconds. 2 and 1, stand it up. Quick recovery right here before our curl to lateral raise. Remembering to keep a slight bend in your knee throughout all these moves, working the upper body. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. We curl, then we raise out. That option for single arm is always there, especially if we feel like we're losing our form. It might be a little bit easier to focus on one at a time. Over halfway. Getting to come down onto the mat next for those glute raises. 10 seconds. In 5, finishing it out, not quitting early. In 2 and 1, coming down onto the mat. No weights needed. Side raise to donkey kick. Maybe let's start on the side we didn't start with last time. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Right here, we're out, pressing up. Remembering to distribute that weight, trying to keep our tabletop as steady as possible during this move. Keeping that core tight and engaged, trying not to get this movement through our lower back as much as into our glutes. In 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch it. Other side, same thing. Next one, Commando Push-Up, staying down on the mat. In 5, 3, 2, and 1. Setting up for that push-up here. Dropping it down onto those elbows, back up onto those hands in between each one. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. We push up, elbow, elbow, hand, hand, push up, other side, elbow, elbow, hand, hand. Using your core here, also really working those shoulders, our chest, whoops. About 10 seconds here, keep pushing, working through this move before our break. In 3, 2, and 1, sit it up. Maybe take a second to shake out those arms or legs. We are gonna move into a core circuit next. So you can feel free to stay down on the ground on the mat if you'd like. I'll go through these movements really quick. Feel free to get a sip of water. First one is a crunch variation. We're all the way down. We're first gonna bring one knee in, extend for the full leg, and then other side. So knee, leg. Alternating between those crunches. Second one, bringing those feet up. We're doing a full sit-up, placing our hands behind us, reverse bridge, back down into the sit-up, and pushing up. And our final move, staying in this position, a twist, so side to side, either with those feet on the ground or lifted up. Feel free to add in a weight too, if you'd like for that one. So whenever you're ready, we're gonna be down on the mat, going in about 10 seconds, doing these moves for 30 seconds with a 10-second recovery. So a little bit shorter than last time. We work the core. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. It's knee, other side, knee, leg. Awesome work, pushing through these movements, activating our core, giving our upper and lower body a little break before we go back to our big strength circuit. In 3, 2, and 1. Next move is the sit up to reverse bridge. So we're setting those knees down on the mat, getting ready to push through our palms at the top. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. We sit up, push up, and back down. Adding in a little bit of triceps, a little bit of glutes into this move. Great work. Feel free to omit the reverse bridge if it's ever too much. In 3, 2, and 1. Coming up on the twist. Feel free to add in a weight here if you'd like. Last move in round 1 of our circuit. Let's go in 3, 2, and 1. We're leaning back, twisting side to side with our palms or with a weight. Keeping this one really slow if we can. Rushing through it does nothing for these ab moves. Really trying to make sure we have enough time under tension on each side. Awesome work. Coming back to the top after this one, knee to leg crunch. In 8, 3, 2, and 1. Setting that weight down. Quick 10-second recovery. We're back to move number 1. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go right here. It's knee, leg. Less than 10. In 3, 2, and 1. Next one, sit up to reverse bridge. Getting ready for it. Last 2 moves in this circuit right here. Let's go. Right now, we're curling up in that sit up, pressing through your glutes, through your palms for reverse bridge. Awesome work. Moving through these movements. Last one is the twist. In 3, 2, and 1. Coming up for that one with a weight if you'd like. 30 seconds on the clock. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Side to side, leaning it back. 20. Working our obliques here, those side abs. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Setting down our weight. Taking a minute to recover here before we come up for our second strength circuit. It's going to look really similar to the first one, alternating lower body and upper body movements. 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds to rest and transition. I think using the dumbbells for all of these moves, so make sure those are close. First one is a straight leg deadlift to a calf raise. So we're pushing our hips back like we did in that warm-up move, bringing the weights over, all the way up, and lifting our heels off the ground at the top. We're gonna get going in 10 seconds. Feel free to extend the recovery if you need it. All right, 45 seconds of work, deadlift to calf raise. Let's go right here. We're pushing our bottoms back, keeping our knees in just a little slight bend. Then standing it all the way up with a flat back into our calf raise. 15 seconds down, 30 to go. Pushing your bottom back, making sure your back is flat the entire time. We're activating our core to do so, not letting our bellies flop down as we hinge over. We have 5, 3, 2, and 1. Next move is going to be an upright row to press. So hands or palms are facing in. We're bringing the weights up, switching that grip, pushing up overhead, back down in the upright row. You can join me right here. We're pulling up, pushing overhead. So flipping that grip when we're at our shoulders. Awesome, breathing through it. Just like our other movements, this can be done one at a time if we need to focus. Big shoulder move right here. 15 seconds to go. In 10. Making sure we're coming down in that upright row, switching the grip every time we pass our shoulders. For 3, 2, and 1. Next one is a sumo squat. I'm gonna drop one weight for this, making it a goblet squat variation. So holding my weight up here, we're widening out our stance, down, pulse at the bottom, all the way up. Let's go right here, 45 seconds. We're down, pulse, all the way out to the top, down, pulse, all the way up. Bringing that weight up to your sternum, not allowing yourself to lean over with it. You're using your core, using your legs to keep your chest high, putting the work on your lower body. 20 seconds. Getting that pulse at the bottom every time. A little bit more time under tension. Pushing your knees out to follow your toes in this wide sumo variation. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Great work. We're coming down onto the mat next. Option for 1 or 2 dumbbells here for a tricep extension. Bringing the weight back, shooting it up overhead. 1 weight, we're grabbing the sides of the dumbbells. 2, we're holding on to both of them. Let's go right here, targeting the back of our arms, pushing the weight overhead. If you have a ponytail, you're trying to drag this weight close to your ponytail on the way down, shooting it back up. We want to make sure we're keeping our shoulders close and our elbows close to our forehead. 20 seconds. Core is engaged, maybe even pushing those glutes forward a little bit. Leaning out the back of our arms here, working those triceps for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great work setting down our weights. That was the end of round 1. We have 1 more round to go. Same 4 movements just like before. Finishing it out after about another 30 seconds to recover. All right, about 10 seconds here, picking up those weights. We have this straight leg deadlift to calf raise, then our upright row to press, sumo squat, and then our tricep extension to finish out the bulk of our strength. Moving on to something a little bit more fun after this. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. It's 45 seconds, deadlift to calf raise. Back is flat, slight bend in our knees. Form is so important. If it's ever becoming too much or too difficult, let's drop our weights. Awesome work. We are 30 seconds down, 15 to go. combo lower body move. Six. In 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up. Quick recovery right here before that upright row to overhead press. So once again, good strong stance right here. Sliping in our knees, lower abs engaged, helping us work our upper body. Let's go right here. Upright row, switch, overhead press, switching on the way down 2. We want to make sure we're lowering in that upright row. We're doing the work, not just letting gravity bring these weights down for us. 30 seconds to go. Great work, pushing those weights up. Building up your strength, building up your stamina. Sumo squat on deck, 10 more seconds in this move. In 3, 2, and 1. I'm gonna drop one weight again. Feel free to hold up both up here in that sort of goblet squat position. We're widening out our stance. Knees are gonna follow our toes. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Sitting it down. Pulse all the way up, squeezing your glutes at the top. If we feel like our knees are collapsing in too much, we need to narrow that stance, bringing our feet in. But work really hard here. Use those inner thighs to try to push them out over our toes. 15 seconds to go. Coming down onto the mat for our tricep extension next. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're standing it all the way up. You can also take this tricep extension standing. I just like to do it down here to really focus on my upper body. So once again, keeping those elbows close to our forehead. Don't want to see them out here. Keeping them close the entire time. Let's get started. Last 45 seconds of work in this circuit. Keeping those glutes a little bit forward. Core is engaged. That's supporting our back here. Awesome work. Hitting the back of our arms. "15 seconds to go. Longer break coming up. Awesome work right here. We have 5. In 2 and 1. Great job setting those weights to the side. We shouldn't need them for the rest of class today. Our next circuit's gonna be a little bit different. Still working some full body moves, but this time without weights, and we're gonna increase the intensity a little bit. So let me go through our 3 movements. The first one is a kneel to squat walkout. So we're going knee, knee, foot, foot, stepping in front of us. Right here, alternating which leg comes up. If that's an issue for you, we're gonna switch it out for some squat jumps. Next one is a burpee jump. So right here, it's like the very bottom of a burpee. Hands are coming down. We're jumping those feet out and up, out, and up. We can also walk these out at the bottom. And finally, down on the mat, we have commandos. So like we did those commando push-ups earlier, taking the push-up part out of it, we're just going down, down, up, down, down, up, up. So this circuit is an every minute on the minute, an EMOM circuit. We're gonna do each of these 3 movements, 4 reps each for 4 minutes. So how it's gonna work, start with the kneel to squat walkouts, do 4, then you do 4 burpee jumps, and then 4 commandos, counting it out in your own head, working at your own pace. Whenever you finish those 12 combined exercises, you get to rest for the remainder of the 60 seconds. Then we start again on the next minute, working at your own pace. So this is supposed to be a push, supposed to be a challenge. Last 15 minutes of class, it's this, core, and cool down. So really get your mind into this, counting it out. Don't forget that part. We're gonna get going in 15 seconds, 4 minutes total, 4 of each exercise, starting with a kneel to squat walkout. So let's go right here. Get your energy up, get excited. We have 3, 2, 1. Let's go. It's knee, knee, up, up. Switch sides on which foot comes up. We're counting. Once we get to 4, moving straight into 4 burpee jumps. Four of those as well. Then our 4 commandos, alternating which side comes up. After that, whenever we're done with all 12, we take this time to recover. So do whatever you want to do, maybe stretch, maybe stand. We're gonna start again in 20 seconds at the top. So if we're still working, that's great. Keep going, keep counting. Working through these movements, we're all gonna switch. Go back to the top in about 10 seconds. Back to the kneel to squat walkouts. 3 more minutes of this to go. We're starting in 4, 3, 2, 1. First one's a little bit weird, then we're stepping out in front. Then our burpee jumps, 4 of those as well. Four commandos. And then we're done. Trying to make 4 an inclusive number, but if this is way too easy, we're getting a lot of a break, feel free to increase it to something that's challenging you. So taking about our 20 seconds left, 2 more minutes of this to go. Like I said, if this is too much, we can take the number down. If this is too little, increase it. Let's really get a challenge out of this. 10 seconds. Starting off again, kneel to squat walkouts. In 5, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. This time I'm gonna do 5, maybe 6. I'm going for 6 this round, but find something that works for you. Still 1 minute to get it done. "35 seconds to go. Awesome work. Still 20 seconds left. Let's count them out. Let's finish out our circuit. 1 more minute after this. Same 3 moves before we take it down for some core. 10 seconds. Let's keep pushing. Coming back up to the top. Kneel to squat walkout in 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. This is the last minute. If you haven't challenged yourself yet, let's do it right here. Alternating those feet. 15 seconds down. Last one is the commando, 30 seconds left. Finishing it out, about 15 seconds here. Keep working till the end, counting it out, making ourselves proud. 10, we've got this. Working through our last few commandos for 4, 3, 2, 1. We're done. Great work. Grab some water here. About 10 minutes left in class. That includes the cool down, so we're moving into one last core circuit before then. All right, so before all of our core moves were upright, these ones are all gonna be in plank position or some variation of that. First one, in a high plank position, we're doing ankle taps. So reaching one hand to the opposite foot, we're lowering and raising our hips. Next one, coming down onto our stomachs for some Supermans right here, lifting arms and legs off the mat. And our final one is a side plank hold on each side, flipping it to the other. We're gonna get started in about 20 seconds. Yeah, 20 seconds here with the ankle taps. So prepping for that one. 30 seconds of work, 10 seconds to quickly switch in this circuit. In 5, starting in that high plank, 2 and 1. We're reaching for that opposite ankle. Maybe it's the opposite kneecap. Regardless, if we aren't comfortable lifting one hand off the ground, just focus on the lowering and raising portion of it. That's the main part of our movement. The reach is secondary. In 5, 3, 2, and 1. Quick 10-second breather before our Supermans. Lifting up, arm and leg. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We lift off the mat, squeezing our back and our glutes. Awesome work. Side plank is next. In 3, 2, and 1. Coming up for it. Quick transition here, holding that side plank. Or we can do raises with one leg. In 3, 2, 1. I'll show you the raises option here. Upper leg is lifting. We can do that on both feet, or we can just hold it on our knees, whatever works. Doing this one for the full 30 seconds before we switch to the other side. Breathing through it. Last circuit of class. You should be proud of yourself. Let's get every bit of effort out of this workout today. In 5, 3, 2, and 1. Switching it to the other side. Same move here. Feel free to hold the side plank as an option 2. We're going in 3, 2, and 1. Lifting up. Great work. Trying to stay stable throughout your body, whether you're holding or raising one leg. Halfway. Great work. We have 5, 3, 2, and 1. Taking it down. Quick little breather before we do that circuit in an accelerated version to finish out class. We're gonna have 15 seconds in each of these movements with just a really quick transition in between. This is it. Final bit of the class before the cool down. So getting ready for the first move, ankle tap plank, 10 seconds, 15, 15, 15. Really quick transitions right here. Let's go. Lifting and lowering the hips. In 5, 2, 1. Superman's right into it. Awesome work. We have 5. In 3, 2, and 1. Transitioning to the side plank, side number 1. I'm gonna stick with my raises. Take the option that works for you. Awesome work. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last side, last move. Let's go. Cool down is almost here. Let's finish it out. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking it down, laying it back on our backs, legs fully extended, arms extended overhead. Just reaching for a second here. Gonna start to slow down our breath, bringing one knee in towards our chest. Maybe rolling out our ankle here. And then extending for the full leg, grabbing it, stretching it in. Maybe feeling this in our hamstring.
Too many days in the darkness, without a glimpse of
Or 3, 2, and 1. Other side, bringing that knee in towards our chest, rolling out the ankle.
I see you broken and beat, head pulled down over your eyes.
And extending for that full leg. Same thing, grabbing either on your calf or your thigh to pull this leg in.
With every start, we are
For 3, 2, and 1. Extending those legs and arms for one more moment before we roll over onto our stomachs here. Pressing up into Cobra. So those hands are under your armpits. We're lengthening up, stretching upwards towards the spine or through the spine, lifting the head. Let's send this back into tabletop position, alternating through a few cat-cows here. So alternating the arches in the spine, tucking the chin in, then lifting the head. Let's get through 2 more cycles at our own pace here. And then sinking it back down into that cobra position one last time. Pushing our hips down towards the mat, lengthening up. Let's get 2 breaths here. Then we're gonna tuck our toes under and press up into downward dog. So pushing our weight back towards our heels, creating a triangle with our bodies on the floor. If you'd like, maybe walking out your feet. Few more moments here, really lengthening out. And then we're gonna slowly walk our feet in towards our hands as close that is comfortable, holding this hamstring stretch at the bottom. And then we're gonna slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way back up to standing. Checking in once we're here, maybe rolling our shoulders back a bit. We've been seated for a while. Then let's bring one arm across our chest, pulling it over for a stretch of our shoulder. Trying to slow down our heart rate a little bit, get that breathing back to normal. Let's bring this same arm up overhead, down towards our spine, stretching out our triceps. And then switching to the other side, same thing. Breathing through it, standing up tall. And then same thing, tricep stretch. Taking a moment here to feel proud of ourselves, getting our workout in today, 45 minutes. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's pick up 1 foot on our way down, finding our balance, bringing the heel up to our glute, and pressing our hips forward. Holding this posture, maybe tightening our abs, lengthening out through our quad. Let's switch other side. Pressing your hips forward, really getting into the stretch. All right, and then letting that one go. One more thing I have for you here. Picking up 1 foot, bringing it in front of the other knee. We're gonna sit our hips back, stretching out our outer hip. Finding some balance once again, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Slowly standing that up and switching to the other side. Sitting our hips back like we're in a chair, stretching outer hip. All right, coming out of that one into a wide stance, we're gonna come down in a deep squat, grabbing a breath of air at the bottom, letting it go all the way to the top. Let's get 3 more. All right, thank you guys so much. That's all I have for class today. Make sure to grab some water, finish stretching after this. There, my name is Regan, and you took Total Body 45. If you'd love to leave us any comments or suggestions. But thank you so much. Have a great day.